channel. How was your season? Happy solar return in Aries, right? So I didn't do a collective reading. I didn't do any collective reading during Virgo season. Virgo season for me was a time of introspection, a time to replenish my supplies, more or less. But then towards the end, I started getting like, okay, you need to do a reading for Virgos. You don't have to do a reading for everyone, but you need to do a reading for Virgos, okay? Because I feel bad, like, oh, every other sign gets a reading during their season. And Virgos like, oh, I guess so. So I'm going to do a reading. If you're Virgo sun, Virgo moon, Virgo rising, or you have a lot of personal planets in Virgo, which is what we call it Virgo Stellium, this reading is for you. I'm going to be doing a 1 year ahead reading for you. So I'm going to be looking at what have you been working on in the this past year that you've just ended, because with the newness of the sun in Virgo, you're starting a new cycle around the sun, which is literally the start of your new year. So I'm going to be looking at what were your lessons from the last year, the year just concluded, and then what is your overall theme for this incoming year, and then we'll do a month by month or a quarterly review. I'm going to proceed as led. Initially, I wanted to do a pick a card, but I was just told now to do a collective reading for all Virgos. So I invite you to pray for discernment. Only go with, take what resonates and leave what doesn't, but don't blank yourself out to the entire message. Be open, because this Virgo season was really about us strengthening our intuition, right? It was really about us strengthening our intuition. That's why I was also told, because I always want to do readings for the collective. I always want to, because I feel the energies of everyone around me, of people not around me. I feel the energies so strongly. But Virgo season was for all of us to actually learn how to connect deeper with our intuition. So this is an opportunity for you to practice how deeply connected you are to your intuition, okay? So be open to the reading. I invite you to take what resonates and leave what doesn't, okay? It's not going to apply to anybody. It's not going to apply to everybody. You have to have done a certain level of inner work, right, for my readings to apply to you. And my readings are going to push you to the next level. So if you're not ready for that, but I'm not the one to judge if you're ready or not. So if you're being led to this video, know that it's for a reason, okay? So that's what I'm going to say. If you've been led to this video, know that it's for a reason, and stay open to receiving the message it has for you, okay? All right. Welcome back to my channel. You know your girl gotta sing. Okay, let's start off with the Oracle decks. How you do? Hope you enjoyed your season. Today I'm recording this video on the first of Libra season, on the day of the autumn equinox. So I hope you enjoyed your season and you're ready for your year to begin proper. Alright, so let's see. What was the overall message for my beautiful Virgos from last year? Okay. Okay, so last year I really showed you who was deserving of your energy, or was treating you with sweetness, was being salty to you, was treating you bad while you expected good from them. So last year was really clear about helping you distinct between this is good for me, this is bad for me. Because sugar is sweet, but in quantity, right? Salt is also good, but in quantity. But if you bring it back to behavioral temperament, if someone is being sweet to you, it's a totally different feeling than someone who is being salty with you, someone who is being nasty with you, someone who backbites you, someone who doesn't have pure intentions for you, someone who has evil intentions for you. Okay, so this preceding year was very clear like it really shone the light on, okay, this person, these people, these persons, these places, these companies, these things don't treat you as you deserve to be treated. And it was also a time of being, I don't say being in darkness, but being in more introspection. You might have been more sorrowful or more sad last year, and you felt like, okay, these things you wanted to achieve, you really couldn't achieve them. Almost like your sun wasn't shining so much. So it might have been like it wasn't a year of career advancement so much. It might have felt like you were in the dark more often than not. Okay, and then the final card that came out showing like your lessons from last year. You also learned that you didn't need to seek anyone's approval. So a lot of you cut off all those self-destructive behaviors that were linked to other people's expectations of you. So demands that people placed on you to satisfy their own needs, not considering how it affected you. You got like more clarity. You got more clarity around that. Okay, so they are telling me that this darkness was around your work. So for some of you, you might have felt like your work was not seen as much as you wanted it to be seen, right? Like your work was being done in the dark. You really didn't get to that glory, or you didn't really get to that achievement that you visualized for your work to like be seen and admired, like for it to get to the level you wanted it to get to. Okay, so by the end of last year, which is at the beginning of this year's Virgo season, your last year, when I say, so now let's be clear, when I'm saying your last year, I'm not referring to calendar years, I'm referring to your season. So your new year started on August 23. Okay, your new year for 2023, your Virgo's 2023 new year started on August 23, 2023, when the sun moved into Virgo. So by July 2023, that was your December. Okay. So by July 2023, you finally really saw everything for what it was. You saw people for who they were, and you now learned to give yourself what you want. You learned to give yourself your own approval. You stopped waiting for other people to validate your decisions. You stopped relying on their expectations of what they expect you to do. You started freeing yourself from other people's expectations of how you should behave, what you should do, how you should spend your time, how you should provide service. Okay, and you started looking for what would fill your cup. So you got clear on what was good for you and what was bad for you, who was nasty to you, who was being salty to you, right? And who was treating you with sweetness, who was kind to you. You got very clear distinctions about that, about the people in your life. You were able to put them in the categories. Okay, this one is under the sugar category, this one is under the salt category. And for some of you, this might have also been like in your partnerships, in your one-on-one relationships, like maybe with your spouse or your close friends or your siblings. Just, it wasn't like, general people in the public. It was more people you were very closely related to. Okay, so your career seemed like it was under a bushel, right? Because this is showing me that it's this I don't want to say it was a depressive year for you, but it was really a dark year for you. It wasn't your typical year, right? It wasn't your typical year. It was really a dark year for you, and it was more often than not you felt like, okay, you had to do these things by yourself. You had to do a lot by yourself. Like you had to bring yourself back into, think of it more like a cocoon. Because this is also still darkness. So by the end of your year, by July, you were alone, figuratively and technically, but you were also more grounded into your sense of self and realizing like a lot of the things you've held on to in the past, They were actually strings and ties from people's expectation of how you should behave and what you should provide for them. But now you're realizing like, okay, so you entered your season with, okay, I don't need anyone's approval to do me. I don't need to succumb to your expectations, right? I'm just going to do what fulfills me, what makes me feel joyful, what makes me feel at peace. For some of you, you also cut your hair, like you switched up your appearance. There's something about switching up appearance. And you really, really took time to introspect. You poured into yourself. You know, you slowed down, which is not normal to you. You slowed down. You took time to like sit with yourself, relax. Some of you went away on private holidays, just different, like you were different, you were away. Virgo season saw you like with the clarity of like staying away. Okay, they're telling me to move on. Okay, so that was last year. Okay, so let's see, what's the energy they're moving into? What is the energy? What's the overall energy for this new year? What's the overall energy for this new year? Is it? Okay, let me see. I got it. You know, before I started shuffling, this was like at the bottom of the deck, and I just smelled that too. And now it's out. So your overall energy for this new year, like you're really now ready to let people see you for who you are. Like you're not hiding anymore. You've accepted yourself. You're like, okay, this is me. Take me as I am, or fuck off. Okay? This is me. Take me as I am, or Gary. And now you're really like, you've come out of your comfort zone. So you're very much comfortable. Like this new year is seeing you come out of your comfort zone to a place where you're very comfortable with letting people see you for who you are and giving them the choice to either accept or walk away. But you are no more playing fiddle to the demands of others. You are no more trying to camouflage or cloak or hide or try to be sensible or try to, you know, put others first. You're really, really stepping out of your comfort zone. So this is a mermaid that is coming out of the water and then sitting on the beach. She's still in her zone, but now she's exploring new parts of her zone. She's getting herself more comfortable in. So before she had her fin, she had like her tail, she was in the water. Now she's come up to the land. She's still on the beach, but then she has her legs and she's not afraid to show it. Do you understand? Like some of you are also going to be more comfortable in your skin. I'm not saying not that you necessarily show off your naked body or your sexy body, or you know, but you're just so much comfortable in being. So typically you would go to the beach, you would like still be all covered up. Now you're comfortable wearing a bikini, even if your tummy is big, or you think you have stretch marks, or you think you don't have six packs. You don't give two fucks. Okay? So you're getting more comfortable, like being in your own skin, being seen as for who you are, not caring about what people expect of you, right? Okay, and you're also being more open to believing in magic, to believing in having happy endings, in believing that things can also work out for you, in believing that your dreams can also come to life, that you can have an happily ever after, that you can be surrounded by love, that things can happen for you like this without you having to work so much. This year is also teaching you how to rest, how to bring in more rest and relaxation into your daily routines. Instead of being on the go, you are learning that you need to take time to yourself, for you to relax, for you to spend time by yourself, okay? For you to pour into yourself, for you to nurture yourself. Okay, 2 other cards. Okay, so this is Phoenix. How is that for an happily ever after? And this is Let Them Go. Okay, so this year, you're also saying that, you know, I actually said happily ever after without looking at the other cards. Okay, so This year, yeah, as this is just like clarification of the others, of everything I've said in the first card without looking at the other cards. Okay, so this new year for you is, you know, I'm stepping into my skin. I'm the lion. I'm the lioness of the jungle. I don't care if you're not comfortable. I'm just going to keep becoming sexy. I'm going to become wealthy. I'm going to become more knowledgeable. I'm going to become more wise. And if you're not comfortable with it, you can please give, which is what this card is still emphasizing. So yeah, this is almost like a phoenix year for you. Everything you think you've gone through or you've lost, or the fire, some of you I'm also hearing, so because this card came out in reverse, typically I don't read my oracle cards in reverse, right? But they are telling me to leave it as it is because this is a collective reading. So I'm hearing that for some of you, you are refusing to let things crumble. You are trying to hold on to tightly, like, oh no, and Spirit is saying, let it all burn down, like, let it all burn down. Let the cards fall where they might, so that you are very clear on who is for you, who is on your team, who is on your camp, who is intent, who is on your table, who has your back. If you don't let those things happen, you just keep deceiving yourself, thinking, oh, this person has got me, whereas they don't have the best intentions for you. Okay, but for some of you, you've also let these things crumble, and while it might have felt like a baptism of fire, for some of you might have experienced some losses or things around fire accidents. But I mean, while it might have been a baptism of fire, this was the renewal energy you needed. This was the renewing. So you know the way metals are purified through fire, so that's what you just experienced. Like, you went through it so you could burn away everything that was not of you, that was not original to you, that was not contributing to your growth. Okay, so you had to go through all that to shed all the dead weight, so you could rise up again like a phoenix from the flame. So now this year is, oh, I'm so excited for you. This year is seeing you rise up. Like, you know, I said last year was maybe a bit dull. Maybe you didn't achieve so much as you wanted in your career. But this year is now seeing you. So last year was all darkness because you were going through that fire of purification. Now this year you are rising up like the phoenix, reborn, rebuilt, reimagined, represented. That's what's happening to you. Okay, and as I said, but some of you are really struggling to let go. You are trying to hold on to those things, but that tree is no more fruitful. That tree is no more fruitful. For some of you, that relationship is no more fruitful. Oh, okay, I'm getting I'm feeling so much electricity charging through me now. So I'm like, that's okay, so that relationship is no more fulfilling. So you really need to let it go. That work situation is no more fulfilling. That friendship is no more fulfilling. It's no more fruitful. So let it burn down instead of trying to really just, hold on to it. There's nothing to be solved. Like, if a tree is barren, if a tree doesn't bear fruit anymore, sitting in front of it, watering it, fertilizing it, it's not going to make it generate leaves or fruits. No. You know what happens in agriculture? I can't remember the terms clearly, but that was from college. That was the last time I learned anything in agriculture. But there's something about clearing with fire so that all the dead leaves and the barren trees, they can burn down. When they burn down, their materials is not evaporating into thin air. It's going inside to enrich the soil, which makes the soil more fertile, makes it a very fertile ground, and then supports the generation of new fruits, new plants to spring out. So that's what this year is for you, okay? Let those things go. Stop holding. Let them burn down so that you can get this fertile ground to rebuild. Okay, so this is a year of, okay, motherfuckers, I told you I'm gonna be back, and I'm back. Okay, like, this is seeing you erupt from the fire victorious. What they thought would burn you down, it simply made you more, it simply made you stronger, it simply made you more refined, it simply made you more graceful, it simply made you to be more wholesome. It's yourself. So now the fire burned away all the dead weights, everything that was not true to you, so that you could now come back into wholeness with yourself, because the wholeness with yourself is what bears fruit. Previously, we were trying to do too much, trying to feed too much, trying to support too much, trying to, okay, you take my branch, you can suck off my branch, you can eat my leaf, this is. But now, because you were doing all those, it drained you and you didn't have enough to replenish your own supplies. So Spirit is saying, I know what I'm doing by letting these things burn down. That's why I'm making you see, helping you to see clearly where you were no more fruitful and what was starving you of the nutrients you needed to grow. I like this year for you. So I'm hearing for some of you that you still refuse to let go. This year is going to be so tumultuous. What's that word? Tumultuous. Tumultuous. It may feel so chaotic. Because if you've been holding on, then it's going to come like boom. The fire is just going to boom. Okay, we've been telling you, okay, light this fire yourself and just burn the shit down, but you don't want to, so I'm going to send fire down, and it's just going to totally evaporate all of these things, so that you can start afresh. Once upon a time, that was the old story. Now I want you to rewrite this story for yourself. Whew. Okay. For those that are struggling to let these things go, what can they do? Okay, for some of you, this is also around, like, so I'm hearing for those that are letting, if you, like, you're struggling to let things go, it's really around your work, the work you do. So you're seeing, so it's almost like you are refusing to let go of a particular work because of the resources it gives you, but those resources are not even filling your cup. They seem like they are providing you with something, but they are taking those jobs, those careers, those places, those professions, those organizations, that the people that you work for, how you work with them, it's taking more from you than it's giving to you. So that is what some of you are struggling to release. That's what you're struggling. Your idea of how you've always worked, you're struggling to release that idea. And partly because, you're Virgo, you're earth sign, you're all about material. Like, you need to see it materialize. You need to see the material wealth, which is good, but that might be holding you back from soul fulfillment, which is what Spirit is trying to get you to. Because asking for clarification on that, and what I see is Ikidunya. This is Two of Wands. Like, you are being invited to leave that, but you are looking at the alternative, like, that is something totally new. It's not even generating any resources you want. Any, like, you feel like it's going to take a long while for it to build up to provide you with the material riches you need. But Spirit is saying your emphasis should not be on the material riches. Your emphasis should be on the service you're providing, because you are Virgo, you are this maiden. I don't want to say you're the sacrificial lamb, but your work is, your gift is to serve others. So don't ever think that if you serve others, you'll not be blessed. While it may seem like the material riches are smaller than what you're used to, your blessings are always stacking up. Your blessings will always come to you. So for some of you, the fear you might have is having to, maybe like, what you're like, if you let go, you know that what your soul is guiding you to, it feels like a step down, maybe even a step down in your remuneration. And Spirit is saying, don't focus on that. Focus instead on how the work will be more fulfilling to you. Don't focus on the money. The money will grow. Like your Virgo, you grow money. That is your gift. You are grounded in earthly realm. So you make things, and those things you make, they help you serve others. Through your gift, through your ideas, through your products, through your services, through your contacts, through your daily routines, through the things you do on a daily basis. Those things will always enrich you. They'll always bless your life. So stop focusing on the material gains and thinking that, okay, maybe what you are going to be paid is smaller than what you are used to. It will have to be a step down in how you live, or how, like, the things you are used to experiencing. Spirit is saying, think of the soul fulfillment instead. Because don't forget, you are also Pisces, this sister, and Pisces is the spiritual realm. So almost like we are saying, let go of all these old things so that this new thing you're working on is going to be materially fulfilling and also spiritually fulfilling. So that's the balance Spirit is trying to get you to walk towards. That duality, instead of just being so focused on this earthly realm, earthly manifestations, gathering riches, money in your bank account, seeing how your work puts money in your bank account, and instead understanding that the work you do, the work you do with your soul, that helps, because you still provide service anyways. But we are saying provide service that makes you feel fulfilled in your soul, meaning that your soul is at peace, you're happy, you're at rest, you're not stressed, the work environment is not hostile, the people you work with, there are people on your page, there are people who genuinely support you with love, okay? So Spirit is saying, we are inviting you to get to a place of having fulfillment emotionally. Your soul is fulfilled, is happy, and also now being blessed with material gains. So it's double the blessing. But some of you are refusing to say that because you feel like this, you don't want to take this step back. And I'm hearing that this step back is simply a step up. It looks like a step down, but you know, it's like when you take 2 steps back, so you can take 10 steps forward. So right now, you're just on, let's say you're on level 25, right? And you're trying to say, oh, I want to step up to level 26. I want to step up to level 26. And Spirit is saying, like, come off it, duh. Step back to level 20. Immediately I said 20, I heard some of you like, huh? You want me to take 5 steps back? Step back to level 20, step back to level 23. So that I can now leap you forward to level 30, way beyond what you even think you can be doing with this. You're trying to, figure it out, trying to use your logical mind. Yes, your logic is one of your superpowers. But let me also show you the spiritual side of it. Let me also show you that what you see, if I didn't finish it, this is your higher self speaking now. If it's not being finished in the spiritual realm, meaning that it satisfies your soul, your spirit, meaning that it renews and strengthens your connection to your higher self. If it doesn't work, then this material gains you think you're accumulating, it will never, ever, ever satisfy or make you happy or make you sad or like fulfill you. Rather, it will just continue to drain you, because that is not where you should be pouring into. You're pouring your life into something that will continue to drain you. Instead, take this step back so that I can help you leapfrog 10, 20 steps forward, like way beyond your imagination. Oof. So, now, moving forward into your monthly reading. Moving forward into your monthly reading. And it's so interesting how these cards just came out in pairs, right? So if you've realized that you deserve sugar, not salt, if you realize that this person is treating you badly and this person is treating you better, it's helped you to also be clear and get comfortable in your skin. If you felt like your career has been in darkness, they are now showing you that it was time for you, like it was the burning down. Now it's time for you to rebuild. And then those of you struggling to let other people go, it's simply because you are struggling to let things go, other people go. It's because you are limiting yourself to their ideas and their expectations of you. So you are thinking like, if you step back, if you let this job go, you'll not be able to provide for your family as you used to. Almost like you'll not be able to send them, you'll not be able to provide for the people that need your help. But then the Spirit is saying this time around is for you, not for you to satisfy others. You need to satisfy yourself first. So don't look for their approval. So if they get upset with you, so what? It is your life. They have their own lives to live. So if you can't provide for them as you used to, fine, you've been doing it all this while. Now it's time for you to provide for yourself. Because I'm really getting that for some of you, you are refusing to take the step back because you are thinking of how it will impact the way you used to help the people around you. But all those things you were doing was really just to satisfy your false self, your egotistical self. Because you don't want to admit that if you take a step back, then you also have to cut down on how you help others or how you spread your resources. But Spirit is saying it's not really a cut down. I just want you to pour more into yourself. And you won't do that if you continue at this job, if you continue at this pace, if you continue the way you've always been doing. Okay, before the monthly reading, I think we should do, I'm hearing something about love, career. If this is really more of career and a bit of love, let's see if there's anything. What do they need to know about your love? About the love. Okay, what do they need to know about their love? What do they need to know about their love life? What's coming up for them? Matters of love. Okay, so love also seems to be like just more, just be confident with it. You've not done this in a while. You've not really opened your heart up. You've never had practice with this. Yeah, there'll be growing pain, but not necessarily growing pain. It's growing through experience. It's going through experience. For some of you, you might be traveling. You might be traveling to see your partner and you're like filled with dread, like, oh, okay, I'm not sure I can do this. For some of you, your relationship just needs you to be more patient or to give you more time. Time and patience, give you more time. But overall, I'm hearing that for matters of love, you just need to be more confident in yourself, in who you are, what you can do all by yourself, and understand the blessing of time. But you also need to understand that if you don't go into a relationship, like as with everything in life, you need to practice. If you don't practice being in a relationship with someone, you can never get good at being in a relationship with someone. You can't become a good husband by not getting married. Does that make sense? You can't become a good wife by choosing not to get married. Like, you have to get married. Then in the process of that marriage, you then get, because it feels like some of you are like, okay, I'm not sure I can do it, I'm not sure I'm resourced, I don't know how to do it, I've not been in a relationship, blah 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 blah. Right? But if you don't do it, you can't get better at it. Does that make sense? If you don't do it, you can't get better at it. So some of you may be afraid to open up your heart. You may be afraid to explore what's out there. You may be afraid to put yourself in the dating scene. I feel this is really strongly for the single Virgos. But if you don't put yourself out there, you can't get better in being a good partner. You might just have this idea of yourself, oh, I'm going to be the best husband possible, I'm going to be the best wife possible. But if you don't open up to let people come in, then how are you going to have the experiences that help you build the skills, the gifts, the mindset, the intelligence, the emotional intelligence needed to keep a relationship thriving and strong? So don't try to rush. Take your time. You've been taking your time, but in taking your time, no. So they're telling me don't take your time. No, and don't rush too. But it feels like you've been I'm using Yoruba. Sorry for those that don't understand Yoruba. So that feels like that interpretation is like you've been reluctant to put yourself forward. But if you keep being reluctant, when will you ever put yourself forward? Yes, okay. So don't be afraid to open up to being in a relationship. Okay, take that as it is. Okay, because that was just heavily strong. Like, okay, it feels like, okay, y'all needed to know about your love. Okay, and they may also strongly about distant relationships because she's on the way, right? She's in a train, but she's like, oh, okay, I'm going there, but I'm like, oh, I don't know how this is going to go. I don't know how this is going to go. But if you don't go there, you're never going to know how it will go. You just keep having ideas of, okay, maybe it's go this way, but you have to actually be in that experience. Okay? All right, moving on. Okay, let's go into your readings for the year ahead. You've seen your overall energy for what's coming up. Now let's do, I think we should do quarterly. Okay, Spirit, please give me one card for each month. Or let's do season. Spirit, please give me one card for each season to help them understand the overall energy of the season and what they're working with. Ashe. Okay, so let's see. Starting from Libra season. What's Libra season bringing for my beautiful Virgos? Thank you. Okay, Libra season is seeing you returning home. It's seeing you more confident in yourself. You're getting some profits, some gains, but you should be careful of the people you're working with. Don't be too judgmental, or don't be too dismissive of their emotions. Don't be too dismissive of their emotions. Don't sit on your high horse thinking, no, I don't care about you, blah blah blah. Right? Don't be dismissive of their emotions, because you have genuine people in your corner working for you, rooting for your success. So don't be dismissive, don't be criticizing, don't look down, don't snob, okay? Don't look down your nose, don't think that you're high and mighty now, okay? So Libra season, be careful, be wary. But you're also the king of coins. So Libra season is bringing you with some wealth, some news you've been waiting for, right? Some news you've been waiting for, and you're like getting like, okay, your resources coming in, but you're really just stepping up and stepping in. So okay, I'm the king of resources, right? I have more than enough because I know what I have, right? I know what I'm capable of, okay? But this is seeing you. For some of you, yeah, you might be traveling a lot more in Libra season. You might be heading towards home. You might be going home, right? Because this is a king on his horse heading towards the castle. Some of you, like, you might feel so, you might be getting new vehicles, or you might be upgrading your vehicle, or you might be showing off with your vehicles. but you're having success in commercial. So if you've been like involved in commercial dealings, in land purchasing, rentals, real estate, this Libra season is crowning those efforts, those projects with success. You're going to get some, you're going to make profits, you're going to get some returns from your commercial endeavors. But just be careful to not be dismissive of how other people feel, the people you might be dealing with. Not in the sense of absorbing their emotions, but also not being dismissive of their emotions. Don't trample others with your ego. Don't let pride get in the way of your work with others, because this is really just the emotions is really just about the people you work with, your co-workers. If you have businesses, your employees, listen to them. Don't dismiss their feelings. Don't dismiss what they say because you think you are superior. You have the superior view, you have the superior perspective. Even if you do, still be open, be conciliatory. Libra season is all about fairness. It's all about being sharing, being connected, being wise, in knowing that you don't have the full picture on everything, in being fair, in understanding that you also have to give people a chance to express themselves. Otherwise, they'll feel like you are just doing too much, like you know everything, and you don't know everything. Nobody knows everything. Okay, moving on. Scorpio season. One card for Virgos for Scorpio season. Thank you. So Scorpio season is saying you step out. Scorpio season is seeing you step out and really stepping into the place of I'm the expert now, I'm the master now, I'm no more the apprentice, I'm no more the learner. I feel myself, I'm confident in what I bring to the table. Now I'm going to start selling my skills, I'm going to start trading my skills. I'm no more the learner, I'm no more the one learning from others, I'm no more the apprentice, I'm no more the employee. I am now the employer. I'm no more the servant, I'm now the master. I'm no more the student, I'm now the teacher. I'm no more the apprentice, I'm now the expert, right? So Scorpio season is going to see you step up, to show off what you know, what you can do. So if you've been learning a skill, if you've been improving your skills, Scorpio season, your program would end and you have the opportunity to showcase what you've learned, not by vomiting everything you've been taught, but now adapting it and making the knowledge your own. Because you receive knowledge. When you're taught, you receive knowledge. Then understanding helps you to turn it into, because if you just know it and you don't use it, it's useless. So now you've been learning. Your period of learning of school is over. In Scorpio season, your period of school will be over, right? And you'll have the opportunity to step up. So some of you, it might be like maybe your boss, if you work somewhere, your boss might leave and then you'll be asked to step up into the role. Or you get a job offer from another company that maybe previously you were part of the team. Now you're being asked to head your own team, right? For some of you, maybe you were student teachers and now you're being assigned your own classrooms for you to be the teacher. So do you understand? Things like that. So you're going from places of where you've been the student, or where you've been the learner, or where you've been the one learning from the master, to now being the master. To now being the one that makes the decisions, to becoming the supervisor, to becoming the trade, the expert. Do you understand? You're becoming there was something we used to use in consulting. I can't remember, something about expertise. So you're now the one showcasing your expertise. Do you understand? So you're now the one going for conferences, you're now the one giving the speeches instead of being in the audience. Okay, moving on. Sagittarius season. Okay, and Scorpio season is also going to help you showcase. It's really just going to help you showcase like your gifts, your skills, your knowledge, your experience, what you've learned all this while. So if all this while, maybe you've been working for 10 years, right? Now you're stepping up into being the boss whatever it is you've been learning now, you're having the opportunity to show it off. Not to show it off in a way that, oh, my ego. It's more like showing it off like, oh, this is what I know now, this is what I can do now, this is what I'm capable of now, my skills and capacities have expanded. Okay. So don't try to hold on to, so what okay, so I just got something out. For some of you, you might be, okay, so the choices you have to consider is, if I, like, you might be given more responsibilities with less pay up front, but know that your blessing and your value is simply going to grow from that. Don't look at the money, look at the responsibilities you are being entrusted with. Do you understand? So you are being given more to do, while it might not necessarily yield in more financial like wealth. The fact that you are being given more responsibilities shows that you are more capable of handling a lot more. So don't restrict yourself thinking, oh no, if I stay as an employee, I'm making more, but you're not handling a lot more. It almost feels like, you're cutting yourself short in the long run simply for short-term gains. Okay, because no matter how much you're being paid, it doesn't compare to the fulfillment that comes from having more responsibility, being more responsible for a larger group, being more in charge of the decisions, being the decision maker. Okay, yes, it comes a lot more stress, but it's the responsibility. You're built for it. That's actually what you're built for. It's very difficult for you to work under others for so long without you being in charge of managing and supervising how a particular part of the business or how a business grows and goes, the directions. Okay, so moving on. What's one card for Sagittarius season, please? Thank you. So Sagittarius season sees you taking a trip. You're going to be on the road. You're going to be traveling in Sagittarius season. Sagittarius season sees you like going in a new direction. Okay, you're going to be visiting some place you've never gone before. This might be different from where like people around you expect you to go, or around where people around you think you should go or what you should do. But Sagittarius season is going to be bringing in newness for you, opportunity for you to start a new idea, opportunity for you to work on a new idea, which makes sense considering that Scorpio season is going to lead to the ending of your learning period of being the apprentice. So Sagittarius season gives you the opportunity to now start off this something new as being the boss. Okay, so you see, stepping on the train is going in a new direction. This is the Ace of Wands. This is the new idea, new thought that you're planting, new seed to be planted. But you're going in a different direction than like you're going to a new place. You're visiting somewhere you've not seen in a long while, right? But you're on your way. So Sagittarius season is really just, so if you were not planning to just start making plans of traveling in Sagittarius season, of traveling, relocating, right? Changing locations, moving workspaces, being in new spaces, okay? Because this is not just showing like maybe someone changing houses. It's more like I'm changing my workplace. I'm changing the way I work. But it's not even just the role. It's like a totally new direction. Do you understand? And it's the beginning of a seed a seed planted in your head. Now you are beginning to take the first step. So you've had the idea coming. Now in Sagittarius season, you are going to start taking these steps to plant it, to bring it into the materialization on the material realm. Okay, so you are going to start saying, oh, okay, I need to make this contact, I need to travel there to meet these suppliers, I need to travel there to meet this course company, this these partners, these media partners. I need to put my ideas for a film on the table by having discussion with these producers or this movie studio. I'm hearing those specifically, and then for someone be like, okay, I'm going to go take that job in a new country, in a new city, in a new role, even if the people around me think it's the worst decision ever. I don't care about you. I am clear about what I'm receiving, about the insight I'm receiving, so I'm sure in myself that this is not the wrong decision. Okay, moving on. Capricorn season. One card for Capricorn season, please, for my beautiful Virgos. Okay, we've got 2 cards. So Capricorn season sees you rolling up your sleeves, getting to work. You know, you may feel like now you're short on time. So while Capricorn season might be for some a time of rest, Capricorn season for you is going to be a time of work. You're going to be very, very busy. So plan accordingly. You're going to feel like, oh, you're running out of time, but you're not really. But it's just for you to be more, almost like you're learning to be more in control of how you use your time. So you know when it is time to work and when it is time to play. Because that's the 2 cards out of the deck. So Capricorn season is going to teach you that, okay, you need to work when it's time to work, but you also need to play. Because Capricorn season is going to show you the balance of work and play. So almost like a work-life balance, but I don't want to say work-life balance, it's more like work-play balance for you. Big Virgo and little Virgo, so you have to be able to accommodate the needs of both, the needs of your inner child to have fun, because I'm hearing that in the moments when you're playing, when you're relaxed, when you're having fun, that's when the ideas will be flowing in for the work you need to do. So almost like your rest moment, your play moment is actually like an idea generation moment. So in those times when you're behaving like yourself, when you're like really just comfortable in your skin, playing with yourself, having fun, doing the things you love, going to places you love, being with your angels, because your fairies are like, they're the ones giving you the insight. When you're relaxed, you're going to continuously get the insight on, oh, okay, you can actually do this way. Oh, okay, you should actually do this way. Okay, so Capricorn season is work play balance, work play balance, work play balance. When you're playing, don't think, oh, this is a waste of time, because you know Virgo, you want to work. No, play, work, play. Okay, so as much as you work, it should be as much as you play. Okay, so Spirit is saying, when in your moments of play, in your moments of rest, you are going to be getting the ideas you now need to execute on as the big Virgo. So the little Virgo is the one who is going to connect you to, oh, this is what we need to do, oh, we should do it this way. Then the big Virgo is one that has the strength, the muscle power, the experiences to now bring those things to life. So it's going to be busy, but it's not like busy. It's more like, okay, these are the things I need to do, so I'm going to structure my time and use it wisely. There's a lot to be done, but time management is very core for you. Time management and learning through play. Okay, so in Capricorn season, I'll also invite you need to try to spend as much time as you spend in your office or your studio or wherever you do your work. It should also be as much time as you spend outdoors. I'm being very clear. When you're playing, I'm not just saying, oh, play inside, play video game. No, I want you to go outdoors, explore new places, explore natural places where you can sink into the ground, where you can sit on the grass, where you can see water flow. Because you remember, like, you're Earth's energy, but you're immutable Earth's energy. And your sister sign is Pisces, which is the ocean. So your best place is a fertile land where a river flows through or where an ocean is beside. Do you understand? So you have to sit your ass on the ground and then see water moving. That will help you to process your emotions and to let your emotions flow through. Because in as much as you're an earth sign, you're the mutable earth sign, you're the water sign of earth elements. So you have a lot of intuition, a lot of emotions, but if you don't let them flow, they are going to keep you stuck and you'll not be able to do the work you need to do. So I don't want to say, I'm afraid to say this because I feel like you guys were like, okay, but if you're feeling stuck, then you know you've not been playing. That's the word. But I don't want you to now say like, oh, okay, if I'm not feeling stuck, I can still go on working. No, don't work until you feel stuck. Let play be like a priority. Let it be on your to-do list. Oh, okay, I need to go sit my ass out. I need to go take a walk in the forest. I need to go to the park. I need to visit that park I've been hearing about. I need to go to that new amusement park. Just, you know, I need to go to that new garden. Just a day when I'm just chillaxing. Because in your chillaxing moment, in your chilled moment, in your resting moment, you get the ideas you need to execute. Then one more thing before we move on to Aquarius season, they are telling me that what you start, the seed you plant in Sagittarius season, it's going to surprise you the way it's going to grow so fast, because the seed you're planting in Sagittarius season, the new thing you're starting in Sagittarius season, is going to grow so fast. And that period of growth is what is going to increase like all the activities you need to do, the work you need to do. Because that one idea is going to become 6 ideas by the time you get to Capricorn season. Okay? So it sounds really exciting. So prepare yourself. Sagittarius season is to be 1 idea. By time you move into Capricorn season, it has become 6 ideas in your life, and you have to like literally roll up your sleeve and get with the program. And you're like, oh, I'm so busy, but don't now get carried away with busy. For you, your play should be like scheduled. You can't cancel it. No meeting can cancel the time you've allocated for this is my rest, relaxation, and play time. Okay. Moving on, that was Capricorn season. Aquarius season. What do they need to know for Aquarius season? Okay. Okay, and also look at wearing more yellow, bringing more joy, more creativity. Watch more movies in Capricorn. Oof. Watch more movies in Capricorn season. Okay, I may need to switch decks right now. Watch more movies in Capricorn season, okay? Watch more movies in Capricorn season. Attend comedy shows. Attend comedy shows. Things that will make you laugh. That's what I'm saying. Because in those moments of relaxation, your insights will be pouring in. That's when your angels can come to you. Because when you're all working, you block yourself up from what they are trying to tell you. So that's why they say you need to involve play. Okay, so Aquarius season finds you rewriting your manifestation goals, your vision board. You're replotting. You're having like a new vision of yourself. Like, oh, okay. I can do this. I can do this. I can go this way. I can do this. I can do this. So Aquarius season is giving you the opportunity to see yourself in a new light, have new dreams for yourself. Now see that, oh yeah, because Scorpio, Sagittarius, Capricorn season is going to show you like, okay, you can actually do this. Now because you've experienced this, because you know you're Virgo, logical, you need to have an experience, you just don't believe. So now that you put yourself through the experience, now you're more sure, you're more confident in yourself, like, oh, okay, I can actually do this because this is the Queen of Wands, right? Oh, okay, I can actually do this. I can actually do this. So the idea is you almost like you open up the floodgates, and then you see how far you can go. You start making plans for the next 5 years, the next 10 years. You begin to see how far you can go because your mind is now open. There's no more barrier to, oh, I can't do this. Now you've had a little taste of what you are capable of, and it makes you now more comfortable to explore everything. Okay, so it's almost like you're going to be seeing yourself in a totally different light. So all your previous 5-year plans, you realize you might need to tweak them. They're not even telling me 2 years, they are just like 5-year plans, 10-year plans. You now need to tweak it to now fit in with your new awareness of yourself. Okay, so Aquarius season finds you in this mindset of vision boarding, manifestations, which makes sense because Aquarius season is typically the January of the Gregorian calendar year. Okay, so which is when people usually set out their manifestations, their vision board, whatnot. This is the time for you to harness all those energies, because a lot of people are pouring out that energy. So harness. But I'm not saying take their own ideas, just like tap into the energy available to the, like, because the collective is generating that energy, so you can use it, right? So you can use it for yourself to, like, okay, what is the overall scheme of what I'm capable of what I want to achieve, of what I want to build, of what I want to birth into my reality. Okay, moving on, Pisces season. Thank you. Pisces season is going to help you see how you've been the one holding yourself back. You've been your own prison warden. You've been the one deceiving yourself and really holding yourself back from all you could be. Like, you could have been all of this. You could have been free. You could have enjoyed so much more if only you had not held yourself back by thinking, oh, someone was holding you back. Someone else is restricting you or curtailing your movement, or someone else is dictating your emotional welfare. All this while, it's just been you. You've just been the one playing yourself. Okay, it's just been you playing yourself. Okay, so Pisces season sees you really freeing yourself up from self-illusions, self-deceits, false mindsets, false beliefs, false ideas of yourself. And then you are now like, almost like you get the key to unlock, to come out of the cage. Like, you've encaged yourself. I don't want to say you've enslaved yourself to an idea of who you are, who you should be, and you think you're not capable of it, but you're now seeing how you've been the one that's held yourself back all this while. The other card that came out is also showing me that, okay, so Pisces season is giving you the opportunity to now start. So the plan you've been working on, you've still been working on it. I see people supporting you, right? But now you are going to start looking out, like, okay, what is beyond the horizon? What is ahead? So now that you're in a dreamy state, Aquarius season finds you less doing and more planning. So Aquarius season, you'll find yourself planning a lot more, visualizing a lot more, like letting your higher self open up your mind, right? Because there's activation of your third eye chakra. So your higher self will be opening up your intuition so that you can really see what's possible for you on a non-material, non-earthly, non-worldly, spiritual realm. So that in Pisces season, you can now start seeing how you can take those ideas. Your limiting beliefs will be out of the way. Your limiting beliefs will come up so that you can confront them and really break yourself out of the illusion. For some of you, this might be a break from unhealthy habits, all right? Unhealthy habits you've picked up, unhealthy ways of expressing yourself, keeping yourself back from others. Keeping yourself away from others, staying in isolation, okay, thinking that you're captive. Pisces season is going to now show you that you've just been the one imprisoning yourself. No one was imprisoning you, just you yourself. So then when you freed yourself from your mental prison, So Pisces season is healing, but you have to be the one to like break free. You have to be the one to break free from self-deceit. That now sees you being able to see beyond. You're seeing beyond your horizon. You're seeing far. I don't say seeing far into the future, but you're seeing what the people around you can't see, because your inner eye is open, and you are now resourced to be able to see beyond, to be able to see 10 steps forward. The people around you don't see it. Don't worry about making them see it. Don't try to force them to see it. Let them continue working on the plan you've agreed to execute, while you start making plans for the next 10 steps, the next 10 steps of growth, the next level. For some of you, it might be that you've started a business. So you started a business in Sagittarius season, and then by Pisces season, you are seeing that you need to diversify. You are seeing you need to diversify. You are seeing the areas you can diversify into, like the services you can now start providing. That may be totally different from what you started with, but it's still an offshoot. Okay, so that's going to be happening for you in Pisces season. You're going to see, okay, how else can I grow? Where else can I go? How else can I glow? So it's going, growing, glowing, like new ventures, new adventures, new lands to be conquered, new horizons to be reached, new conquests, like new adventures to be experienced. So like your new journeys. So you're seeing like paths opening up for you. But for you to be able to see those paths, you need to like stop the self-deceit and think anything or anyone is stopping you from being the best you can be. So for some of you, this deceit might be like, oh, but I just started this business. Well, I'm already thinking of diversifying. Do you understand? Spirit is saying you have to just, don't let that hold you back, or thinking, oh, you have to like follow your business plan or your blueprint or the strategic vision you outlined for your team. Excuse me, Spirit is saying don't hold yourself back to trying to stay the same. But overall, it's really just about your mental state, your mindset, right? Your spiritual beliefs. Break yourself out of your chains. Break yourself out of your bonds. You're the only one who can free yourself. You are the only one who can free yourself by opening up the cage of your heart and letting it fly free. Letting yourself fly free. Okay? Once you do that, then you're able to see, okay, oh, new lands to be conquered, new adventures to be experienced, some of you, you might also be moving again. So you moved in. So you traveled in Sagittarius season, then you're traveling again in Pisces season. Okay? Moving on. Okay, Aries season. What is the message from the beautiful Virgo for Aries season? What is that overall energy? Thank you. Okay, Aries season finds you. For your reading, like, it's just showing me that you are really stepping up, because we have the king. You are the king of coins, right? You are the king of coins in Libra season. You are the queen of wands, right, in Aquarius season, okay? And now you are the queen of values. You are the queen of cups, like you are the queen. You're 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 the queen of fire. Like, now, yeah, Aries season finds you standing sure in yourself. Oof. You're confident. Oof. Nobody can tell you crap. You know what you bring to the table. Like, your connection to your intuition is balanced as you are receiving divine intuition, divine knowledge, divine guidance from your higher self. As your higher self is pouring in the insight you need to move, to make, you are executing them. So it's like the energy is flowing freely. You are receiving and you are giving. You are receiving and you are giving. You are receiving and you are giving in your service to others. For some of you, Aries season is also going to find you with promotion opportunities. You're going to be offered like new jobs around managing more people, of providing more service, of working with natural resources a lot more, like being in control, being on management team. But this is not you working for someone else. This is you stepping up into that place of showcasing what you can do, even if you're a solopreneur, right? This is seeing you stand firmer in who you are. Like, it's not even for the accolades, but people around you can see it. They can see it, but you're not even doing for the accolades. You're just doing because this is what you've grown into. Do you understand? So Aries season finds you standing in your power, standing self-assured of who you are, of your knowledge of self. Like, yeah, like, I know my shit. I know what I bring to the table. I know my value. Right? I know what it means for me to share my gifts, my products, my services. If I say something, it's because I know it. So people, you know it, and people also see it. So you're very balanced. Okay? There's also something about Aries is in balancing your masculine and feminine energies. So you're not just doing. You're also being. You're embodying. So Pisces season finds you letting go of self-illusions, limiting beliefs, self-deceptions. Aries season finds you standing fully in your power. You're now embodying, like, people have been seeing you that you're powerful. Now you're now believing it. You're being it. You're not becoming it. You are it already, but now you're embodying it. Do you understand? You're now more confident in your skin and what you can do. Do you understand? So Aries season is going to give you the opportunity to showcase. Like, you cannot even hide. Even if you wanted to, you can't hide, because you are just going to be so vibrant, so, I don't want to say performative. You're not even performing for an audience, but people can't help but notice your value, the work you do, what you bring to the table. Okay? But you most importantly need to embody it. All right. Embodied wisdom. That's the final word you're dropping. I'm yawning, yes, because I'm in the spiritual realm right now. Like, right now, it's like I'm in the dream world. Like, I'm just tapping into all these downloads from your higher self. So don't forgive my yawn, accept it. Okay? But I'm not sleepy, so don't think I'm sleeping. Half of me is asleep, half of me is awake. That's why I'm be able to channel this energy through. Okay. Moving on. I will sleep. Moving on, Taurus season. Thank you. Okay, Taurus season finds you in danger of being egotistical, of being too proud. Taurus season finds you in danger of being too proud. I'm thinking, oh my goodness, you know I'm laughing. Like, seeing the progression of your messages is just interesting. It's interesting to see how, as you learn one, you are being cautioned in the next season. Like, the energy is beautiful. Like, I can see it flowing across. Wow, like, wow right now. I'm going to try to take like a picture of the cards on the table when I'm done, so like maybe you can also see it for yourself. Okay, and going to for Taurus season finds you in danger of being egotistical. Okay, so remember I said Aries season, you're embodying, you're standing in your power. So be careful of Taurus, be careful of letting pride take over. Okay, so there's healthy ego and then there's pride. There's healthy pride and then there's pride without basis. You should be proud of yourself, but you should not put your shoulders up and think that, oh, you can do it all by yourself. Be proud of what you can do, but also know that you still need the support of others. None of us is an island. Like, I'm recording these videos because I know you're going to be on the other end watching it, right? I'm using a device to record this video because someone produce a device knowing that someone will be able to use the camera. Do you understand? We all work together to play our own part. So don't think that, oh, I don't need nobody, you can go to blazes for all I can. No. Okay, don't let your ego get the best of you. Okay, and this is especially in your relationships, because 2 cards out of the deck in reverse is showing me that don't let emotional disagreements get out of hand. So this Taurus is in this ego is really around you. It's really around the people in your life, but more especially like your your emotional relationships. So Taurus season will find you having to be not necessarily the bigger person, but the one who extends an olive branch, so that an emotional disagreement with your partner doesn't go beyond. Because what I'm saying is, if you let your pride get in the way, then you're going to cause irreparable damage in your emotional relationship with your partners. Do you understand? With your partner, your love partner, and then the people you work with. But this is really more about your love partner and your family members. So don't let pride get in the way of asking for forgiveness or being the one to say, okay, I'm sorry. Even if you feel like you've not done anything wrong, be the one to say, I'm sorry. Be the one to extend an olive branch. Don't try to say, oh no, I'm going to stand on my what's what? You know, Virgos, you guys can be like that. You can be like, okay, I know it. You can be a know-it-all. Yeah, I'm going to be frank with you. Sometimes you can be a know-it-all and feel like, oh, nobody knows it better than me. I know it's what I've thought about. This is the right thing. This is the right thing. Okay, this is the right thing. I don't care what anybody says. My idea is what has to stand. My voice, my words are the final. No. Because if you do that, you'll be very, very close to ruining your emotional relationships with your love partner and with your family members. And this, if you think like, oh, your shoulders are like, oh, it's just me, I'm the one making all the money, I'm the one doing this, I'm the one doing that, and you don't acknowledge their own contributions, the way they emotionally support you, the way they are there for you, the way they pour into you, you're just going to set yourself up for like a long, drawn out emotional disagreement that you could have cut short by simply apologizing and not letting your pride get in the way. Okay, so be careful of your ego. Emotional disagreements, don't say because you know, once we say things, we can't take them back. So be very careful of the words you use, of your choice of words. Even when you're having like disagreements, it's okay, it's healthy to have disagreements, but don't take it personal. Still stand as one with your partner and then confront the issue as a team. Don't pit yourself against one another because of any issue. Be careful. And then this is, I'm also saying, because see, the reason I'm emphatic on it being your love relationship, because the other card out of the deck is like your karmic partner, your karmic partner, your divine partner. Because if you do that, you're simply going to create separation between you and your partner. There's just, instead of you guys coming together to continue to come together, to continue to have like conjoined karma, right? You're now going to be, for some of you, if you're in a twin flame relationship, instead of this bringing you together, this is now going to make your flames flare in different directions. So be very careful of your, I don't want to say be wise about your emotions in Taurus season. If not, you would end up causing irreparable damage in your relationship. Well, the relationship might come back. It's if some things are said, some words can never be taken back. Some odds are too deep to be repaired. They will always be there. You might use like plaster over them, but the odds would still be there. Okay? Okay? And Virgos, when you watch this now, save this video, bookmark it, so that you can, even if you don't come back at all the other seasons, please, for Taurus season, come back and rewatch this video. I would advise you every season come back. I would still continue to do seasonal readings as I'm led. Okay? But make sure, and tomorrow, I think maybe later today or tomorrow, I'm going to do the Libra season reading for all signs. But because I'm doing a year ahead reading for you, come back every season to go through the message for the season. Okay? Okay, so that was Taurus. Let's finish up. Gemini season. What's the message for Gemini season? I feel like this camera is not recording. Quick pause. Okay, we're still recording. Okay, so this is also my own opportunity. I'm going to ask for help. I don't really like it, but one of my messages is when to ask for help. So if you have advice around videography, around equipment, if you have suggestions, if you want to buy me a new camera, I'm going to be so grateful. And I'm going to make myself open up an Amazon wish list so that you can go tap in and buy me something for my recording. If that's your contribution, I would really love that. Anyways, moving on into your reading now. Gemini season. Okay, I'm really serious about Taurus season, because it feels like you can self-destruct if you're not careful by trying to stand on your, oh, it's my words that must stand, I must have the final say. Be careful. Be careful. Okay? Now moving on. Gemini season. Oh my goodness. Now I'm going to start crying. Oh my goodness. Oh, now I'm covered in goosebumps. Spirit is so sweet to you today because your messages are just flowing. Okay. So, remember I said, so Taurus season, be careful of not letting your ego go before you and destroying a beautiful relationship. Guess what? First card out. Gemini season, it's saying you're the architect. You're planting a new money idea. Like you're constructing a new building. But you're not doing this by yourself. You're doing this with your partner. So if in Taurus season you let your pride get the best of you and your partner walks away, or instead of you to be coming into union, you go back into separation, it's going to affect the rest of the year. Because what Spirit has lined up for you in Gemini season is for you to work with your partner. So if you are a feminine, so one more thing, so if you are single in Taurus season, is when you're being guided. That's the appointed time for when you and your partner will come together into unity, into union, because the work you both need to do is going to start in Gemini season. So Gemini season finds you being the architect, planting, like having a concept, having a blueprint of what you're now trying to do, of the organization you're trying to build, of how you want to provide service, of how you want to like invest your resources. But you can't do this by yourself. Your partner is there to be your guidance and your, I don't want to say guardian, more like a guiding light. So you can't do it by yourself. Okay, you can't do it by yourself. You have to like share with your partner, discuss the idea with them, and then discuss the idea with them, and then they give you their own insights on, okay, this baby, I think it's best we go this way. I think it's best, because there's no more I or you, it's we are doing this thing together. Okay, this is the one of coins. This is okay, we are doing this thing together, so it's not just you. So how do you think we should go about this, and be open to getting their own insights? For some of you, if you've not been partners, then it will be so rapid, like Taurus season, you finally meet with your soulmate, your twin flame, and then Gemini season, you guys get on you, like you start the journey of like your soul activation, the work you both were put on to do. You start working on it in Gemini season. Okay, and then Gemini season is also blessing you with returns on your labor. So while on one hand you're starting a new investment, right? You're starting a new investment, you're putting your money into something new, you're putting your resources into building up something new from the foundations, like you're just planning it out. You're planning it out with your partner. The work you've been doing, so like your joint partnership is going to take root in Gemini season. Your joint adventures, your joint businesses, is going to, for some of you, like the work you do, like just joint partnership, not your solopreneurship. So your joint partnership work, you're going to be starting a partnership work, anyhow you interpret this, in Gemini season, but it's going to be you starting off with having a blueprint. But in that same Gemini season, you're going to get rewards for the solo work you've been doing, for your professional work, for your career, climbing the career ladder, your professional achievements. You're going to be getting to the pinnacle. Okay, so on one hand, you're starting new investments. On the other hand, you're like getting the returns and the profits from investments you made in the past. Okay, like 7 months ago. Oh, okay. 1, 2, 3. Oh my goodness. Do you know, as I said 7, because this is the 7 of coins, and then they're emphasizing like there's something about the 7, and I'm like, oh, okay, 7. Do you know, like, what you start in Sagittarius season, by Gemini season, you're going to get to the pinnacle. Like the success is going to be boom. The hard work you start, you know, I told you in Sagittarius season, you're going to be starting a new idea. So by Gemini season, that new idea is going to be like, it's going to be, okay, a lot of things are coming in now. Okay. Okay, my mouth, okay. Now, in Sagittarius season, the new idea you plant is going to be bearing the fruits of your labor. Like you deciding to take a step back, deciding to take a pay cut, deciding to be a team leader with lesser pay as compared to what you're earning now, where you are the employee or member of the team. And all the hard work you do is going to pay off in Gemini season, because you'll be greatly rewarded. Like, you get to the pinnacle. You realize that, oh, all this work I've been doing, this is where it's leading me to. Whatever you started in Sagittarius season, by Gemini season, you see it coming fully. And you know, Spirit is just catching cruise with me this morning. Because you know, in Gemini season, Gemini and Sagittarius, they are the sisters, right? They are the sign, they are opposite signs. So in Gemini season, so in Sagittarius season, we have the new moon, and in Gemini season, we have Sagittarius full moon. So what you were been working on is now going to come to light. You've reached the pinnacle, literally speaking. Oh, can you see? You reach the pinnacle, and then this is the 7 of coins. So you've climbed up the mountain. The hard work you've had to do to lift up yourself. Gemini season is going to find you at the top of the mountain, really looking around. Okay, I finally got to the top. Now, the other message that was flowing in is, for some of you in Gemini season, you might allow the people around you convince you otherwise of your direction. You have a set direction in which you want to proceed, but you let them convince you and let them tell you that, okay, no, this is not the way. Instead of you to be on your way, you let them tell you, no, go this way. Instead of you to be heading towards your North Star, you let them divert you to the west, to the east, or to the south, instead of you to be going to the north, right? And they are saying I should tell you that don't take my north figuratively. Like, your direction may be towards the southeast, but for the soul, you're heading towards your North Star. You're heading towards, like, you're heading towards what your soul wants, because your higher self is already living in those timelines. Your higher self is already doing those things. You just need to get your present self into those spaces and those places. But if you let people convince you otherwise of your move, then what's going to happen is that in Gemini season, you realize that you've been climbing the wrong mountain. And that would be so sad. That would be so, so, so sad. Because if you allow them to dissuade you of what you need to do, in Gemini season, the moon will be full, harvest will come for you to reap the rewards of your labor, and you realize that you've been laboring up the wrong mountain. You realize that where you are is not where you want to be. It's not what you are getting, it's not what you thought you would get. Simply because you didn't listen to your intuition. So be careful. Okay. Moving on to Cancer season. What's their message for Cancer season? Okay, Cancer season finds you in research mode. Some of you, this may also be time for you to research mode. Yeah, you are doing research, you are doing more of investigations, more of discovery. You are locked up in your laboratory, you are locked up in your studio, you are doing your experiments, you are testing, correcting. For some of you, if you've been paying attention to your spiritual world, you find that you are more able to receive messages from the spiritual realm. For some of you, you might see your past deceased parents or relatives, elders, grandparents that have gone on. They are no more on earthly realm, and you're getting messages from them. Maybe you see notes they wrote behind, or someone suddenly says something like, oh, I saw your mother and she told me to tell you this, or they appear to you in your dreams, okay? But they thought, like, the influence of the spirits is going to be stronger. So Cancer season is going to find you. For some of you, you might be researching your birth tree, like, okay, what were my great grandparents doing? Where did they come from? Like, my great grandparents, what are the gifts already passed down to me through my bloodline that I'm not aware of? So you might be researching your dynasty, your family tree. But for all of you, You are going to be in research mode. So even if it's scientific research, if you are doing a PhD, so think about it like you're doing a PhD, you're gathering, you're hypothesizing, you're like gathering materials for your dissertation, you're doing like the field study. Do you understand? So Cancer season finds you exploring like what is possible, what is out there, what are other people doing, how can I combine this and this, what have I not thought of? Do you understand? Okay, so Cancer season finds you really in that. It's not more of reading, it's not knowledge gathering, it's more of active testing out, doing experiments, carrying out tests, carrying out small, like when we for technical products, there's something they call like, it's not pilot phase, the word is not coming to me right now, but when you release technical products like apps and stuff like that, app software, and you're just doing like version 4.1, version 4.1.1, and then you tweak it, you test it out, like you release it to a select few, you test it out, you get the response, and then you tweak it version 4.1.2. Do you understand? So you're like carrying out small tests just to like validate some of the things you are believing and some of the things you're working on. So maybe you might also be getting like small what do you call these groups, when you have like a small group of 5 people like to test a product, to test a service, to test the idea, give them a document, ask them questions. I've forgotten, but I've forgotten what the first the word for it is not coming now, but so you're just carrying out pilot phases, like little tests. So imagine like you're the scientist, you're in your lab today, so you might mix up this and it gives you the wrong color, but it's just giving you just another idea. So Cancer season is going to find you doing a lot of researches, a lot of tests, a lot of experiments, going behind like, okay, the pioneers of my field, what were the pioneers of my field, what were the core foundations they built upon? So you're cutting away all the noise and you're going back to the roots, like the founders of my practice, the pioneers of my field, of my industry, the fathers and the mothers of my industry. What were the core pillars that they built their knowledge upon? What are the core pillars that underline this work I do? Do you understand? So you're going back to the roots. Some of you are also visiting like your deceased parents' burial sites. You're visiting like you may find yourself visiting cemeteries, and then you see an inscription, and then you go research the person, and you see like the person is actually connected to something you're doing. So you're getting a lot of messages from passed on deceased spiritual guardians, like your ancestors. Your ancestors are going to have a lot for you to explore in Cancer season. Alright, moving on to Leo season. Leo season now finds you in a tower moment. Leo season finds you in a tower moment where you now need to make decisions of, okay, I know this now, so how do I move on? Right? Leo season is going to feel like a tower moment when everything is collapsing. But remember that things have to collapse for something new to start again. Leo season is like your December. So Leo season, don't try to hold on to whatever is leaving you or whatever is falling apart. Know that it's just not meant to help you. It's not supposed to go into your new year, which starts in Virgo season. That's it. So don't try to hold on to, oh, no. Whatever happens in Leo season, surrender. Do you understand? That's what, in Leo season, just surrender. Let things come, let things go. Let things burn down, let things end, let things grow, okay? Because your final card, goes through Tower. Let it burn. So like imagine like you're on a ship that is burning. Are you going to be trying to like, oh, let's stop, let's put out the fire? No. You should be looking out like, okay, where's the closest land that I can jump to? So Leo season might find you having to make some fast decisions, but they are not long-term decisions. It's just that they are short-term, like they are immediate decisions you need to make. So you might feel like, oh, I don't have enough time. I don't have enough information to make all the decision I want, but it's not really in your hand anymore. You just have to surrender to, I'm seeing the hanged man. The hanged man, like you're hanging from your foot up in the air. There's nothing you can do. You just have to surrender to it, like, okay, where the wind blows you. And then when it's time for you to come down, you come down. So it's also a time of new perspective. You are going to get a new perspective of the things you've been working on, of the people in your life. Okay, who is coming with me into my new year, which starts in the next Virgo season, by this time next year. Okay, not by this time, by August 22, 23 next year, you'll be entering another Virgo season. So you're having like a new perspective. Leo season is bringing you like new perspective of, okay, what do I want to move with into my new year? What do I want to move in with? Like, what are the people I still want in my life? What are the things I want to drop? What are the things that can move with me into the new year? Woof! This was a read, man. This was a read. Whoa. Okay. So, my sweet Virgos, that was your month by month, season by season reading for your new year. Don't forget, take what resonates. If what doesn't, I have 6 decks on. I brought 6 decks out. So I think let's see if you have messages from the other decks. At least 4 of the decks, even if not all 6. My eyes were pulled to these 2 in particular. So let's see. Any final message for my beautiful Virgo? Okay, so your partner is very important moving into this new year. Let your partner help you to see the old ideas and limiting beliefs you need to drop about yourself. Don't be afraid to show up as you are, and don't be afraid to take their advice, okay? Don't be afraid to take their advice, because as you can see, the man is dropping his screws and following the woman as she points the arrow in the direction in which they need to go, because this is a joint movement, okay? So don't hold on to your old beliefs, your old knowledge. Let your partner guide you into how you need to proceed, because it's a balance of feminine and masculine energies, okay? The yin and yang. You both were made as 2 sexes for a reason. It's chaos and order. The feminine energy is chaos, but it's not crazy chaos as people think. It's just that our strength is in a different realm. Our strength is emotional, is spiritual, is intuitive. Masculine strength is more of projective, is more of energetic, is more of doing on the physical realm. Okay, so when the woman receives, the man does. When the woman receives, the man brings it to life. So she receives the download, and then you make it solid in the material realm. So even if you're a female watching this, know that your partner then is the feminine energy and you are the masculine energy. So let them help you release your old ideas of doing things, but also know that in releasing your old ideas of doing things, you both can then walk into the future you want for yourself. Okay? 5 cards out. Okay? Second one is also showing you need to be comfortable in your own skin. Even if people are pointing fingers at you, they're looking at you, don't worry. You and your partner, you're more than enough. That's all you need to know. You and your partner more than enough, but you need to trust in. You need to be open. You need to trust and know that this is meant for you. Because if you don't trust it, then you can't take the wisdom that is meant from it. The next card is authenticity. Don't be afraid to be authentic. Don't be afraid to be authentic. Be authentic, if knowing that your authenticity is what is going to bring your most desired experiences to you. You can't live any other person's life. You can see their life. You can lust after some things. You can like want some things. Maybe because those things are also meant to be experienced by you. But if you try to continue, if you try to be someone else, if you try to like pretend to be someone else or try to copy someone else or think that okay, because someone else has done it this way, that means I must also do it this way, then you'll be like stopping yourself from living a fulfilling and rich life. Okay, so this is authenticity. Whatever the situation, know that you'll always be guided. You always be guided. Your authentic light has prepared you for the experiences you have. Like wherever your foot touches upon is because you're meant to be there. So don't think yourself small. Don't say, oh, you're not cut out for this. Wherever you get to is because you're meant to be there, and it's because you were particularly engineered for that situation and that experience. So don't go thinking, oh, there's something that handicaps you, maybe the way you talk, or maybe you think you can't spell, or maybe you can't speak proper languages. Don't. That is your own special flavor. That is your own special flavor. So get to the program. Okay? And then this is also showing me that you need to be patient. You really need to be patient. You really need to be patient. Things are not going to happen in your own time as you want. Right? Even if some things happen that you can't explain, divine timing is always going to be divine timing. If you don't lose some things, you can't get more things. Like if you don't open up your hand to release, you can't receive. Final card is also, you need to be patient with yourself. The patience is not with the universe. The patience is really with yourself. So if you keep beating yourself that, oh, when will this happen? When will it happen? It has not happened. When will it ever happen? Then you're simply taking yourself away from what you're supposed to be doing in that present moment. Okay, then sacral energy is also being highlighted strongly. So all through this new year, please work on your sacral energy. Your sacral energy is your sexuality. Okay, it's your creativity. If you're not comfortable with your sexuality, then you can't be comfortable with your creations, because the first thing you create is through your sexual organs. One of your greatest creations comes through your sexual organs, because that's really what shows you on your physical realm your ability to bring to life what was not in existence before. So when you understand how the sexual organs come together in creativity to birth something that was never existing and to bring it to light, then it also helps you to see how your ideas can go from a mental state to a physical state. Do you understand? Okay. Oof, almost. Oof. Sweet Virgos. Okay, I'm back. So my camera battery, my camera battery is low and the memory storage was full. So I had to pause there, right? So we finish up. I didn't even have been doing this reading for almost an hour 30 minutes. So let's round up, okay? Okay. So it's like, okay, ma'am, you've done enough. They have more than enough to go on with now. Okay, so let's just do a final poll. Is there any message from this beautiful astrology deck for my beautiful Virgos? Okay. Let's see, final message. Any final message for my beautiful Virgos? Any final message for my beautiful Virgos? If not, then I'll just come to the book. because like I'm being pulled to the book actually. But this is my newest deck, so let me use it for everything. So serious. Is there any message for my beautiful Virgos from this deck? Thank you. Final shuffle. Okay, now. Okay. Finally, my eyes have stared. So I invite you to close your eyes, ask any question, and let's see what comes up. Okay, final message. Oh. Can you see that? Don't envy, so the byline, don't envy other people, be content with what you are. This is the story of a donkey and a dog, right? I can quickly read for you. There was once a man who owned a donkey and a little dog. The donkey had plenty of corn and hay to eat and was as well looked after as the donkey could be. During the day, he worked hard, carrying loads of wood from the forest. At night, he was tied up in a stable. The little dog, however, lived in great comfort. He never had to do any work. He spent his time running about, playing with sticks, and jumping onto the master's laps. He licked his master's hands. He was fed with the best scraps from the master's stable. And he could even, play with the master in the evening. The donkey was so jealous. And it was like, this dog is living a very pleasant life. Like, why can't I be like that too? Why can't, like, I do so much more and he does so little, but he enjoys everything. Nobody pets me, nobody forces over me. Why can't I eat the best scraps from the table, right? Then one evening, when the master and the little dog, I hope you can see, when the master and the little dog were having supper, he shook his head free from his altar, kicked down the stable door, and trotted into the house. As soon as he was inside, he began to imitate all the things he had seen the dog doing. He kicked and pranced about the floor. He rolled on his back with his legs in the air. He swished his long tousled tail from side to side. Finally, he pranced right up to his astonished master and climbed clumsily onto his lap. Table, chairs, crockery, and food flew in all directions. "Get off, you clumsy beast!" shouted the master angrily from underneath the donkey, while the little dog fled to the corner with his tail between his legs. It seems things are not as simple as they look," said the donkey sadly to himself, after he had been bundled back into his stable. For instead of being rewarded for his cleverness, as he had expected, he had been given a good beating, and instead of feeding from his master's stable, he was locked up in the dark without any support at all. Don't envy other people. Can you see the donkey and the dog? Don't envy other people. Be content with what you are, okay? So that's your final message for your new year, my sweet Virgo. Don't envy other people. And I know that message came out somewhere. I can't remember the months now. Don't envy other people. Be content with who you are. Be content with what you have. Like, spirit, oh yes, I remember your authenticity. I still spoke about it. Like, your authenticity is what is going to bring you your life experiences, because people are doing it in this way or that way, or they're having this or having that. It doesn't mean that it is for you to experience, okay? So don't envy other people. Be content with who you are. Who you are is going to bring you the blessings that are meant for you, okay? All right, my sweet Virgos, that was your year ahead reading. Whenever you get to watch this video, please drop a comment. Let me know. Don't forget to take what resonates, leave what doesn't, okay? I'm really so grateful to Source for giving me the opportunity to channel this message for you. So if this video comes across your feed, know that it is meant for you and know that it has a message for you. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Okay, come back as the year progresses to really look at it season by season and see how the energies are playing out for you. Okay, and if you like to book a personal reading with me, the link is going to be in my description box. I only book readings through my website, so please visit my website www. That's in the right amount of W's. bizbotanica.com. You can just see my schedule and availability, and then you can choose a booking. You can book a consultation, and we can have like, I can do a reading for you one-on-one. Okay, also if you're looking to contribute to my channel, I really support. I'm really excited for all the support I know is coming towards me, but more, to be honest, I'm so grateful that I'm even able to do this. So if you are being led to support my ministry, to support my, to support my work, I said I was going to actually create an Amazon wish list. So it's going to be somewhere on my YouTube channel. It's going to also be somewhere on my social channels. If you want to contribute, if you want to support in any way, and support is actually first of all energetic. So if you know any other Virgo, share this video with them. Let it also help them. Let it bring clarity to them. Also, don't forget, if you're not subscribed to my channel, make sure you subscribe so you receive notifications of when I drop new videos. I have to go now because my tummy is like, okay, we've done enough. We need to go replenish our energy. Don't forget, like this. Thank you for liking this video. So don't forget to leave your comments. Let me know if the video resonated with you, and don't forget to subscribe. Catch you sometime soon. There goes, and have a very, very beautiful day ahead.